Hey guys, Dano Zero, how you doing? I hope all is well in YouTube land, whatever part of the world that you are in. Sorry about the wind. If there's wind in this video, we are outside. It is March I don't know what that is, March 7th, 18th, 19th, 20th, somewhere around there. And I am sick to death of paying wintertime electric bills. We got a full sunny day today, and we are going to use our sun oven to start doing our spring, summer, and fall cooking for the year. It may be a little early, it may be just a little bit chilly outside, but we got full sun, and that's what these ovens need. Good, long, all-day sunlight. So today we're going to be making chicken and dumplings in our sun oven. Apologize about the old hillbilly stitches here. You're going to see a lot of them in the camera. My hands are cut up. So we've got our older crock pot. It doesn't quite fit as well as I would like it to fit. This is one of the smaller sun oven sports, and I can't put the lid on it, but it still should do what it's supposed to do, which is cook the chicken and make the broth. That's the first step of making chicken and dumplings, is to make your broth. So I've got my chicken in there, and we're going to put our lid on and strap it down. And the reason for this particular video is, one, to encourage you guys to go ahead and start using your sun ovens if you have them, and two, to kind of think about, outside the box about what you can and cannot make in your sun oven. Anything that you can make on your stovetop or in your oven, you can definitely use your sun oven for. Remember, this little stand that I built is just it was an old seat that come from an old drum set that had the swivel seat on it for the drummers. I removed the seat part, screwed down a piece of plywood to it, and that way I can swivel my sun oven around to follow the sun. We'll put our reflectors on here, and we'll let this bad boy start cooking. It's going to take most of, if not all of the day, but that's okay. It's about 10 o'clock or so in the morning right now, and by the time dinner time or supper time rolls around, we are going to be ready to get our hungry on, so to speak. So, put my reflector on. And yeah, my sun oven is beat up and it looks like crap because we use the crap out of this thing throughout the year to cook. It really does save quite a bit of expense of turning on your stove, whether you have gas or electricity. So now, we're just going to let the sun do its thing, and we'll check on it throughout the course periodically, throughout the course of the day, and we'll see how it's doing. And I'm sure it's going to do well, and it's going to make yum, scrumdiddlyumptious chicken and dumplings without using anything energy-wise that the sun doesn't provide. So we'll see you guys in a couple hours when we check on it. Okay guys, we are at about 3 o'clock. I don't know how well this is going to come out on camera. That little thermometer over there says that we are about 225 degrees. We had a little bit of clouds come by and go over. But it is cooking nice and slow. It'll be good and tender when it's done. Like I said, I don't know how well this is going to come out. But I do not think that this is going to get hot enough to where I can actually boil the broth and the water to make the dumplings. But I have an idea about that. And so we'll see. Once we get to that point, we're going to switch it over and use our rocket stove to finish it up outside, and it should be pretty quick. But we'll get to that here in another, I don't know, couple hours. We'll let this cook some more and let it get good and tender so we can pull it off the bone and get it to broth. So we'll see you in a couple hours. Okay guys, we are somewhere around the 5 o'clock in the afternoon now, in the evening, and we started it around 10, so what's that been cooking for? Let's see, 3, carry the 7, I don't know, 7 hours roughly, somewhere around in there. Slow cooking in the sun oven. It's been maintaining right about 200 degrees, which is okay. It's nice, good, slow cook. You can see it. I think it's in the low 50s right now, roughly, the temperature-wise. I had to go put a little sweater on because it's kind of chilly. But anyway, the chicken is done, I do believe. Plus, it's clouding over on us. So it's done about all the cooking it's going to do. So what we're going to do is we are going to drain our broth into a cooking pot. We're going to debone our chicken. Man, it does look good. It smells good. We're going to debone this. We're going to drain the broth into a cooking pot, and we're going to finish it on my new rocket stove. Silver Fire has made some improvements to their rocket stove, and I'll tell you about them. And it's going to work wonderful, and we're going to finish our off-grid chicken and dumplings. Woohoo! Okay guys, we got the broth, we got the chicken deboned and our broth here in this pot. This pot is called the Silverfire Dragon pot. It is specifically designed for the Survivor rocket stoves, the Silverfire Survivor rocket stoves. It works with the Hunter stove. It even works on your regular range top. What it is it's called a skirted pot. This around here is a lip. You can see that it's got a gap in between the outside and the actual pot itself. And then it vents up through the heat. The heat vents up around the skirt, and around the outside of the pot, it vents out through the top here, and you get a lot quicker heating and more efficient heating and use of your fire. So we're going to use this for our chicken and dumplings. This is my new Survivor rocket stove. The old stoves came, you had to put this little thing right here in front in order to feed the sticks in. And it was kind of a pain because you can't store it anywhere. It doesn't fit properly to store it any other way than just kind of on the side next to it. So what Todd did, Todd Albee, he's the Silverfire dude, by the way, is he made this here that fits right into the combustion chamber, attaches in that little lip. That way you can feed your fuel, and it's the same height, into your rocket stove. It makes it a lot easier to feed and use it. We've got our big tub full of sticks that we just walked around the yard and picked up. You know, in the way after the winter time, there's a lot of sticks and stuff on the ground. So this is my new stove. I'm very, very happy. I love the Silverfire products. I've done several videos using them. I use them a lot to cook with. I think one of the greatest things that I like about them is not only is it's a good quality product, and we use it. You know, you've seen my other one. It's all beat to crap. We use the crap out of it. But Todd is such a cool dude, man. If you send him an email or call him with a suggestion, he listens. And he's made several modifications to his rocket stoves and his little scout stoves and stuff like that, based on what his customers tell us in their feedback. So, all right, got me a big bundle of dried grass and some leaves and just random crap, fire starter. Stuff that down in the top. Get me a little lighter here. Light it up. We'll get that fire going, and then we'll start putting the sticks. We'll start with the smaller sticks. This size stick right here is about perfect. Right here on the front, you can see that this thing here is actually a gauge that you want to kind of gauge. That is a perfect size fuel. Now, having said that, I do use bigger sticks. I will put even bigger chunks than this in there. It'll burn it, and it burns it well. It burns it good. But this is the recommended size of fuel that you use for your sticks, and that's what I have, and that's what I'm going to use. So we will let this go until we get a good bed of coals going in here. It should take it more than a minute or so, and I will start putting sticks in and keep the fire going out in the combustion chamber. These have a square combustion chamber on them, so they're really easy to feed and keep the fire going. They don't take a whole lot of tending, which is what I like. And as soon as we get our little fire going, then we'll put that dragon pot on there and bring that broth up to a boil, toss our dumplings in, and we will be, I guess, cooking chicken and dumplings. I was trying to come up with something witty, but I couldn't. I'm sorry. All right, we'll see you in a minute. Okay, guys, we got a good fire going here. It doesn't take very long at all. I mean, it may take you a couple of times of using it to kind of get a feel for it. But how Todd has this set up is once you have your fire going and you can close your little door down, right here there's a vent where you can see down into the combustion chamber, so you don't got to keep opening up your door, and you just got to push your fuel in on this little tray, which slides really nice. Good job, Todd. Thank you. And then underneath here, you'll see that there's another vent underneath here that allows for air to flow to get that rocket stove effect to where you can get the maximum amount of heat with the least amount of fuel, which is how he has this designed and set up. It really does not take a whole lot of fuel at all to cook with. He has designed these just specifically for that purpose. So now we're going to toss our pot on here, and like I said, it sits right on top just like that, and it captures all that heat, and this thing will be rocking and or rolling here in I would say within the next less than 10 minutes. So in the meantime, we are going to make up a little batch of biscuits and cut out the dumpling dough. As we've shown in previous videos, this video is just a little bit of off-grid cooking, man. I'm tired of being cooped up for the winter. I'm tired of paying the electric bill for the winter. And we're going to use some of our fine gear that we use all the time. That way we keep practiced and keep it going and make sure that we know how to use it. That way, if the time comes when we ever absolutely have to use it, we're already fluent in using it. So, anywho, all you got to do is keep shoving your little sticks in every once in a while, a little bit further, and then once you get them all the way in, then you just take you the next couple of sticks and open up your door and put them in. If you can look inside here into the combustion chamber here, you'll see that you don't have to have a whole lot of fuel in there. You don't need some great big rip-roaring fire in here. It doesn't have to be jam-packed. You want to make sure you leave enough room for the fire to breathe, because this little bit of fire is making a lot of heat the way these stoves are designed and set up. So usually I put in just a couple of sticks at a time, and just enough to keep it going, and it utilizes all that heat. And it does a great job, man. I can't recommend them enough. Like I said, I'll put a link to their website, Silverfire website, where I get my stoves from, in the description box, and you won't be sorry. I dig them. Anywho, we'll see in a bit once this starts boiling, and we put in the dumplings, and we'll finish this up. Something to notice too, you'll know that your fire is working and your stove is working properly when you don't see a whole lot of smoke. These things don't put off a lot of smoke. They're not designed to make a bunch of smoke. They're designed to use up every bit of energy in that fire, including burning the flammable parts of the smoke like a gasifier would. That's how these things are set up. So you see that there's not a whole lot of smoke coming out. If there was a lot of smoke, there would be a lot of smoke coming out of these tubes here where the heat's coming up. All you can see is just waves of heat coming off of the pot, and you can see I've got a good fire going down there in the old burn chamber here. This is about exactly what you want it, just like that. Not a great big rip-roaring fire, but it is more than enough to cook whatever it is that you want to cook. And like I say, whenever you're using these things, get creative. Anything that you can make on your stovetop, you can make on this thing. So there you have it. I just wanted to show you guys that not a whole lot of smoke coming off of that thing. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, you can see here we have got a nice good boil going here on our broth and our chicken. And oh, somebody had asked me before if this dragon pot is stainless steel. Yes, it is stainless steel, and I have never had anything scorched to the bottom of it. Not saying that it will or that it won't, but I have never had anything scorched to the bottom of it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn our fire down to medium heat. Somebody had said you cannot control the heat when you're cooking with a stove. Yes, you can. Just remember, big fire makes big heat. Little fire makes little heat. Medium fire makes medium heat. So instead of having the 4 or 5 sticks that I normally have when I'm trying to bring it to a boil, I'm going to just put a couple of these smaller sticks in. That'll maintain a good medium-ish heat so that we can go ahead and start cooking our dumplings. We're going to add our dumplings in here now, and along with the flour. This is exactly the same way that we made the in the chicken and dumplings video. This is the same exact way. We're just doing it with the rocket stove, the Silverfire stove, rather than on the stovetop. So now we're going to cover those up again and let those dumplings cook. Oh man, you gotta love cooking for free. A little bit of yard debris, and we are rocking and rolling. So now we're going to cover it with the lid and finish it off. We'll let this cook until the dumplings are done, and then I will show you at the very end of the video how efficient this stove burns. It'll leave just a little bitty pile of ashes. I have not used that much wood. You can see I've used maybe 20 sticks, so this here will last us a long time as far as cooking goes. So anyway, we're going to cook up our dumplings now, and I'll stir them periodically, and when it's all said and done, I'll show you the finished product, and then we'll show you the ashes that come out of the stove and how easy it is to get them out. So see you in a bit. Okay guys, here we have it. These are our completed chicken and dumplings. We're going to pull them off of the fire now. Man alive, I love chicken and dumplings. So now we're going to set them off to the side. We're at about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so of total cook time with the stove. We could have boiled the chicken using the stove, but it would have taken me a little bit longer, you know, tending the fire and boiling the water and boiling the chicken. If you don't want to boil a chicken, you know, feel free to use canned chicken and that kind of stuff. So now we'll just let the fire burn out. We'll dump out the ashes and see what's left, which won't be much. And in the meantime, we're going to get the grub on. So we'll see you here just a little bit when this fire burns out. Okay guys, let's see what's left in here. We'll remove this little tray. See, it's got this little lid that fits right in the slot. Let's dump it out here. There we go. That's as easy as it is to clean. And that's our ashes that we have left. They'll burn down a little bit more because they're still hot. But I'm running out of daylight and I wanted to finish it. And that's what you'll have left. We'll scoop that into our ash can and throw it out on the garden and move along to the next meal. So hope that helps you guys. The whole point of the video, I guess, is try some new gear, use the new gear, and don't be afraid to cook whatever you want to cook with whatever the gear you have to use. So there you go. Thanks for watching. I will leave a link to the original chicken and dumplings video in the box along with the website for Silverfire. And you guys have a great evening. God bless. The end. Buzz, buzz. The end.